former general talks about what they really discovered on Mars. According to claims, humanity has witnessed one of the largest disclosures movements in the history of our planet. We've come to realize that the UFO phenomenon is not an isolated event, and there is more information on the subject than we've ever been led to believe. This is another thing here. Who built this? You'll see more NASA images of Mars artifacts. Now, in the last couple of years, high-ranking individuals from politics, government, and the military have spoken freely about the UFO phenomenon, suggesting that it is a reality and deserves more attention. The UFO phenomenon, however, is not as isolated an event as that is only seen on planet Earth. While there are millions of people around the world who claim to have seen objects in the sky that defy explanation, astronauts in space have witnessed incredible things in recent decades, from what they claim. From the Apollo mission to the International Space Station, there are enough images to make a strong argument when it comes to visits from another world. So simply put, there are things that even science cannot explain. Whether it's the Earth, the Moon, or Mars, the UFO phenomenon is everywhere, and one of the most interesting statements made in recent years comes from General Stubblebine. Some of the most startling statements come from Albert Stubblebine, Major General, who was also Commanding General of the United States Army Intelligence and Security Command, and one of America's most distinguished soldiers and Chief of Army Intelligence of the States. And the statements were made by two possible personalities, including John Podesta, who was Bill Clinton's Chief of Staff and counselor to Barack Obama, or by Dr. Brian O'Leary, former NASA astronaut and professor of physics in Princeton University, who said, "There is abundant evidence that we are being contacted, that civilizations have been contacting us for a very long time." According to Albert Stubblebine, there are constructions on the surface of Mars, as there are underground areas as well. There are also machines on the surface of Mars, according to him. At one point in his statement, he says this: "There are structures on the surface of Mars. I'll tell you for the record that there are structures below the surface of Mars that cannot be seen by Voyager's cameras that passed by in 1976. He said, "I will also tell you that there are machines on the surface of Mars and there are machines under the surface of Mars that you can look at, you can discover in detail, you can see what they are, where they are, who they are, and a lot of details about them." So when he says who they are, I don't know if he's referring to extraterrestrial beings or machines. To be clear, in his statement, the general makes no mention of where he gets his sources from, but the author does make an assumption that some of that information might come from the remote viewing program. Since the general apparently played a key role in the Stargate project, which was a remote viewing program, General Albert Stubblebine was a proponent of psychic warfare and a key player in the Stargate project. Remote viewing can be defined in multiple ways. It's the ability of people to describe a remote geographical location several 100,000 kilometers away from their physical location. The results of this project were declassified and published in the Journal of Scientific Exploration. In this project, individuals successfully described physical objects that were not close to their physical location. General Stubblebine passed away February 6, 2017. And this is on Mysterious Society by Zach White. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support, and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.